we going live? Yes. Hi everybody, I am Jen Shawgo. Thank you for joining us today. We are coming live from Healthy Living Chiropractic in Eden Prairie with Dr. Adrian and our organic farming specialist, Mark Dodd. We're so happy that you're here. We are going to cover some kind of questions that a lot of people have been asking when it comes to CBD in this industry, the fastest growing category in health and wellness. Mark is going to talk to us a little bit about the importance of organic farming, and he'll tell you a little bit about his background, which is super impressive. And Dr. Adrian's got her clinic here, Healthy Living Chiropractic in Eden Prairie, where I go and get adjusted. So we're excited to share with you a little bit about the organic farming. Mark, will you kick us off with how, what do you do in your day-to-day life, and then we'll get a little bit into the hemp plant and the importance of organic farming, and we'll talk about Green Compass a little bit later and what makes us different.
Okay, thank you, Jen. I'm Mark Dodd. I'm a Vice President and Agronomy Development Director of a company called Tidal Grow. We make biological fertilizers and products, microbes, enzymes that does certain things to the soil, and it triggers those immune responses, and it be able to solubilize and make its own fertility. Currently, I'm touching around 52 different crops all over America and sometimes into Canada and Mexico.
Awesome. And can you get into a little bit about why it's so important to, eat organically, grow organically if we're using hemp, making sure that's USDA organic? Can you get into that a little bit?
Sure, Jen. It's very important to talk about hemp and the way CBD is produced from hemp that is grown organically, because I travel a lot in the world, and there's a lot of countries that use hemp as a trash crop, and what it does is it helps filter the soil of a lot of its poisons and its toxins, and it goes up into the hemp plant, and then it is sold as CBD, and that's kind of what you see out here when you see cheap CBDs at a lot of the convenience stores. And that's what my attraction is to Green Compass, being an organically certified third generation farm, very strictly regulated, and I believe that they have the best products out here on the market.
Man, that's an incredible stamp with your background. Green Compass is a company that is in North Carolina, and when I'm educating, I don't have Mark's je ne sais quoi, but like verbiage about organic farming. I call hemp a scavenger plant, a cleaner upper plant, like he said. So the importance of the CBD going into your body, which we'll talk about how that works, but it's so incredibly important that it is USDA organic, because it's unfortunately legal, like you said, for these other countries. A lot of countries like China are putting up to 85 to 90% of those bottles you find at the gas station, grocery store. It's legal for them to even say on that bottle, certified organic, when in fact they are cleaning up the air and soil. So when that hemp goes into the soil, it's soaking up herbicides, insecticides, glyphosate, that's then going up into the hemp plant. CBD, what we're talking about today, comes from the flower of that hemp plant. And so at Green Compass, we use a few different processes that really sets us apart from the others. One of those is when we remove the flower from the hemp plant, we use something called CO2 extraction. CO2 extraction is just an expensive way to very carefully remove that delicate molecule of CBD without involving heat. If you have a buddy that grows his hemp next door, he's definitely not using CO2 extraction, so you're going to worry a little bit about that molecule of CBD being possibly damaged. So at Green Compass, we've got the 6th generation organic hemp farms in North Carolina. We use CO2 extraction. On top of that, Mark, can you show the bottom of that product? We have a QR code on every bottle that shows you that our products have been third-party vetted and USDA organic certified. I'd love to get into a little bit about misconceptions, because I love Mark had said something about hemp is it's one of the most misunderstood, and there's a lot of misconception around it.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions about the way that CBD is used in medical and why it's important. You know, Dr. Zach Bush, I really like following him on YouTube. He talks about the soil microbiome, but he also talks about the gut biome and how it's related. And our health is dictated by our gut biome. And we got to keep that in relation, that balance, like we talked about earlier, of those microbes. And then when you talk about soil, where I'm at, we talk about that balance too, where the enzymes and the fungi and the bacteria relationships are in balance. So we get all these positive responses. And what's happened in agriculture the last 40 to 60 years has been that we've killed all those microbes that is used to be able to make that plant healthy and then also bring those nutrients back to our bodies. And our bodies are very deficient of a lot of different nutrients, and so is the crops.
Piggybacking on exactly what you're saying, when they put herbicides and pesticides in certain crops, they kill the microbiome of the soil, but then we eat those crops and those chemicals are still remaining intact, and those kill our microbiome as well. So just like it does with the soil and depletes the soil of the molds and the spores and the things that are important for it to be healthy, it does the same thing in our bodies as well too. So our terrain then becomes less biodiverse and less able to keep us healthy as well.
Well, and in organic farming, organic doesn't mean do nothing. Organic means you're going to have to up your game in management, but you're also going to have to search the right biological inputs to make a healthy crop. And that's why I like the Green Compass with our hemp is being organically regulated, and these regulators are tough. You know, I've had producers that's went off schedule and got kicked out of the program just because they thought that they could cheat a little bit, and it's not worth it. But when I consult these organic producers, some of them are talking about growing hemp and how hemp is a trash crop, and we're trying to extract all those poisons out. But it's mostly for textiles. It's not for high-grade CBD like we have with Green Compass.
Correct.
And in your practice, when you're recommending CBD for your patients, you're doing that in a way to help lower inflammation, to help in lots of different systems.
Absolutely, yeah. The most important things that I see in my practice that I help patients with is pain management. So as a chiropractor, I have a number of patients who will come in because of pain. And so Green Compass does have a couple of products, whether they're topical, they have some camphor, they have menthol, they have, what's the orange plant? Some other things in there to help with anti-inflammation. Turmeric, that's what it is. Like it's orange turmeric. Yeah. The Reduce has turmeric in it, which helps with
Reduce cream?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, so this is the pain cream you're talking about.
That's the pain cream I'm talking about, yeah, that we use in our practice, that you can just literally use topically. Pain tends to actually go away pretty quickly, and patients can use it on the regular basis. So we use that quite a bit. Also with patients that have more of a chronic pain, taking CBD sublingually, so in the mouth, kind of under the tongue, can help with inflammation, can help with arthritis, can help with other types of pain things. So that's one of the big things that I will see in my practice.
I love it.
Sleep is another big issue. So calming the body, that's what CBD does, is it helps to calm the body. So calming and helping to sleep is super important, as well as stress management and anxiety.
Okay,
Other things we see too.
You use the term inflammation. Where's all this inflammation coming from?
It's coming from our diet. It's coming from our environment. Sugar is by far one of the most inflammatory things that we can basically bring in our bodies. But the toxins that you're discussing that they're putting on our crops can help create inflammation in our bodies. The air we breathe, the water we drink, a lot of the toxins and things like that cause inflammation.
I love you brought that up because I'm like, we're doing so well. We only did one dry run. I want to talk about what CBD does, because there's a lot of people that don't understand that. And a lot of people who've gone to that gas station or convenience store or online have purchased CBD and they've used it and it didn't work. And it probably was from somewhere else where they weren't regulated. This is an incredibly unregulated industry, meaning it is perfectly legal to claim an amount of CBD and sell it to you when maybe there's no CBD, or maybe it's incredibly polluted. CBD, which is causing inflammation in the body. So the regulation in this particular industry, you literally should not be taking CBD or only be, unless it's USDA organic. Like, don't take it unless it's USDA organic. So when CBD goes into your body, fun fact I just learned, and you didn't even, did you learn this in medical school about the endocannabinoid system?
Absolutely not, no.
Why in the world? Okay. You and myself, every mammal, men, women, child, cats, dogs, anything with a spine, has an endocannabinoid system, a lot like your central nervous system. Adrian knows this. But it literally helps to regulate stress, sleep, appetite, motor, and neurological. So this system in your body is waiting to receive CBD. And when you give it clean, healthy, USDA organic, non-contaminated CBD, it fills in those gaps for you like you are a Christmas tree with a couple of light bulbs out. My light bulb is lack of focus. I took my CBD today. We're focused. Someone else's light bulb that's out might be rheumatoid arthritis. It might be anxiety. And when CBD goes into the body, it uniquely knows what you struggle with, which is so incredible because we're in such an industry or a world today where everybody's taking a pill for a different thing. So what I love about CBD is it goes into your body and it intuitively knows what you are lacking. So once that's filled up and balanced, you are then walking around a balanced human. All mammals have this again, and I think that when people take CBD, they're like, well, I didn't really feel anything. CBD, when you take it, is a lot like an Advil for a headache. You're not going to feel the Advil. You'll feel the absence of the headache. I usually have an achy shoulder. Adrian did help me with, adjusting that. But also, when I daily take CBD, I don't notice that inflammation and pain in my shoulder. So that's pretty cool. What about the hemp crop that, we're growing at Green Compass? The other products, you mentioned sleep. Mm-hmm. So we do use the hemp plant. We use CBD as our core, that's our recommended thing. We have other products too with terpenes in them.
Terpenes as well as other endocannabinoids. So you mentioned very well and discussed the endocannabinoid system, but CBD is just one of the many endocannabinoids. So THC is one of them that's in the marijuana that gives you that hallucinogenic effect. There's also CBN, there's CBG, there's so many other different types of endocannabinoids that do different purposes. So the CBN is actually one that's designed for relaxation. So it helps to promote that sleep. So the products that we use in our practice and with my family as well are the Sleep Better Nano Jellies. So these have CBN in them. So what that does is it helps to produce that relaxation almost right away when you take it. So this one actually goes through the digestive system, is absorbed pretty well. We've also got a different one that has terpenes and CBN in it that just goes in sublingually. So if there's a night that you're having a hard time sleeping, just take a couple drops underneath the tongue. You will literally feel, or many people will actually just feel that relaxation because that CBN touches those receptors that you're needing, helps to balance out the body, and helps to just help create that calming effect. So
amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, can you hand me the jellies, if you would, the CBD jellies.
Oh, of course, yes.
So I want to just let you guys know that at Green Compass, there's two places to start in the oil too. Two options for putting CBD in your body that we talked about. I love that Adrian talked about sublingually because most people go to the store, they see a jar or a bottle of oil that contains CBD. She said sublingually because we have sublingual glands under our tongue where you will hold your CBD oil for 1 minute and then swallow it. A lot of people don't know how to use CBD. So at Green Compass, another really unique thing about our company is because of the misconceptions and the need for education, we have advocates in the field that will help you understand what to start with.
Why under your tongue and why for a minute? Can you explain that?
Oh, do you know?
Basically what you just said. So we've got glands and pores underneath our tongue that actually give a direct line to our blood system, essentially. So instead of going in through the mouth, in through the stomach, and being absorbed through the digestive system, it actually gets absorbed directly into the bloodstream through the glands underneath the tongue. So you hold it there so it allows the time to be absorbed into the body, and then you swallow it, so it kind of will go through the digestive process as well too. But you get it to your body faster.
what a lot of people are finding is sometimes they don't know that information, Mark, and they'll swallow their CBD. But the CBD molecule is not available to the digestive tract in the way it needs to be. So what we've done at Green Compass is we understand there's multiple different ways that people might want to receive their CBD. So when I'm an advocate, like a Mark, like an Adrian, that's recommending CBD to someone, I'm going to say there's two options. It's pretty simple. An oil, can you hold it under your tongue after you brush your teeth and then swallow it after a minute? Or if you don't like rules, you could do a jelly.
Or my children.
Right,
Yeah.
or kids. I mean, and that's a big one because not all jellies on the market are created equal, and it's difficult to get a kid to take an oil. We've created a technology that will actually allow CBD to be brought to your digestive tract, and it's a proprietized technology called nano technology. What we do is we take that large CBD molecule, we nano-size it, and add a lipid, encapsulate that in water so that when it goes to your digestive tract, it's bioavailable to your cells and able to be absorbed just like sublingually. So this is a great option. The other thing that I'm going to differentiate is the jellies have 0 THC. The hemp plant versus the marijuana plant would be hemp plant filled with anti-inflammatory CBD, a little bit of THC. Marijuana plant is like a cousin of the cannabidiol system of plants, right? Mark, am I not screwing
Yes,
this up?
you're right.
You do good.
Filled with THC marijuana plant and a little bit of healing CBD. So when you have this hemp plant with that little bit of THC, that is an option at Green Compass to get a full spectrum product. When you add a tiny bit of legal in all 50 states, 0.3 THC to CBD, this incredible thing called the entourage effect happens, which really allows that CBD to permeate pain, anxiety, stress, autoimmune, inflammation. There is an option to get a product vetted that has 0 THC, both in an oil form, but all of our jellies have no THC, so a great one for kids.
How about if I'm a truck driver, policeman,
Yeah.
fireman, whatever,
Yeah,
and
drug
I have
test.
to take drug testing? Is
Yes.
there any concern with the high THC products? Or
I would absolutely always recommend let's go broad spectrum oil or a jelly for you, because we do have the vetting process, and that's something that isn't promised when you go to the gas station or grocery store. So it's another really good thing about Green Compass, that we are incredibly vetted, that you're getting, when we say you're getting a broad spectrum, no THC. My father's a pilot and he's okay with that. So I would just say there is a great place to start if people are like, okay, this all sounds well and good. I know I'm getting a clean USD organic product that's vetted. We have a really great spot for people to start at Green Compass. If you're a very first time buyer, it's called the Balance and Restore Collection. And you can pick a broad, no THC oil or a full spectrum oil with our best-selling limoncello nano jellies for $99. It's a really good
I
deal.
started with this about 3 months ago, had enough for 2 months, and then I ran out, and I've been on the road for 2 months, so I haven't ordered anything, but Candace finally got me some this morning. But because I travel so much, I'm in a lot of rural areas, so good food is not very plentiful. You have to go to Dollar General and pick up something to eat to get me through the day. But my body has shifted to, I'm not sleeping very well, my digestion is really bad, and I feel like I need to get back on these supplements to help that out.
It's usually the best when people stop and then they're like, oh wow, I feel so much worse than when I was on it.
I will
Absolutely.
say I saw focus very, like the first 2 days I go, wow, I'm more focused. Feel like I can get more things done with the anxiety that you have.
Yeah.
And because I'm a visionary, so there's a lot going on up there. So I felt like I was more focused and I could execute the plans that I take as priority.
Awesome.
I do have a number of patients that take this product for that exact reason, that they're just not quite feeling quite as focused, or they're jumbled, or they're just not able to to be kind of defined with themselves, and so they've started taking that, and it's helped quite a bit with organizing their thoughts and helping to calm some of those anxieties and help their bodies to feel more relaxed overall. So,
Awesome.
but the same exact thing, you make a really good point that when someone's on something, they're like, I don't really notice anything. I don't really know if it's helping. I don't know if it's not helping. When they stop taking them is when they start to realize, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
I stopped taking that product. I need to get back on that again.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we'll see.
I'd like to recommend, before you start this, we're going to put a link on Mark's page, on Adrian's page, if you'd like to start with the Balance and Restore collection for $99. It's $100 off, you guys. And in the month of June, you get a free boost. So you can get Adrian's sleep boost. We have an immunity boost. We have a pain boost that works like an Advil. And we have a metabolism boost to really kind of curb those cravings. Mark, maybe you need that on the road before going to Dollar General. Oh my gosh. Well, do you guys feel like we missed anything? I think we did a pretty fantastic job.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think just like what you mentioned, Jen, if anybody has questions, please reach out to us on our page. All three of us are advocates for Green Compass. We've all gotten a lot of experience with the products, and we'd love to be able to help you in any way that we can. So, appreciate it.
Wait a minute, I got a question. Can we make the claim that using the Green Compass products repetitively,
Yeah.
that it helps cleanse the toxins out of our body? When we talk about balance, but let's talk about maybe cleansing some of the toxins out of our body.
I think that'd be Adrian's.
I was like, as a
yeah.
natural healthcare practitioner, I do recommend a number of supplements for my nutrition-based patients that work on cleansing and detoxifying. As far as these products specifically, I have not heard that claim, and I have not looked at that. I've not looked into that claim at all. I think just like what Jen mentioned earlier, it helps with balancing, helps create what's called homeostasis. So things are definitely working a little bit better. If you look at the global aspect of how our bodies work, when certain balances are relaxed, if you don't have the increased stress hormones, your digestive system is going to work better just organically. So
Anytime
if that answers your question.
Yes, anytime in soil science, it's
Yes.
called quorum sensing, when you have this balance going on out there.
Agreed.
And that fights disease, and that fights inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
The pests don't come to your plant.
Yep.
Well, same with us. I think it really fights a lot of infections.
Absolutely.
Boost our immunity system.
Yep. If you're high in cortisol, you're high in stress, you're high in inflammation, then it's going to bring down your immunity. It's going to bring down the quality of your body. So, yeah.
Great.
Good
Well,
point.
thank you so much for joining us. We hope it was informative.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Awesome. Thanks, producer.